Hello, this is the Rochi Throshi, and I'm back for another video. I don't have a whole lot that I want to talk about, or or a definite topic that popped up for today either. Um, that just happens sometimes. There's always something to talk about. There's always something to look into, but um, I really didn't have anything. Well, I did have a couple of things that might work, that might be good videos. I just there it wasn't one solid topic that popped in. Well, one of the things that I'm looking at right now, though, that I was looking at just before I started this video, is it is discussions that I've still been having about the vaccine mandate that apparently can't even really go into fruition except for by order of the big businesses around the country. So, see, when Biden decided, okay, well, I'm going to mandate vaccines. Well, first of all, that is a battle that he's going to have to fight, and that fight will go on for an average of 8 years in order to get OSHA to actually be able to approve the vaccine mandate for anybody but federal employees. See, as a federal employee, you can be mandated by the federal government because they're your employer. You can be mandated by them to have a vaccine. But the whole entire populace can't right now. They'd have to go through a legal battle because there's no precedent for the federal government actually giving a vaccine mandate to the populace, only to the military or to the employees of the federal government. That's the only place that they've actually been able to incur any of this type of a mandate. And that's a lot of that comes down to the fact that if you become part of the military, you basically sign over a lot of things, a lot of your privileges and rights to the government in order to be part of that institution. That's one of the reasons that you might want to question a little bit whether to join the military or not. Right now, though, the military is all way too woke, so I wouldn't join them anyway. But there is something good to be said about the military. The military still will teach you some good principles. The problem is the military is also being politicized now, and there's a whole bunch of social justice warrior principles that are also being taught right in there. And that's not what we want our military to be. We don't want them to be social justice warriors. The social justice warrior is one that goes and tries to fight for social justice rather than individual justice. And that's something we could probably talk about a little bit. Social justice and individual justice. So social justice is, so Timmy goes out and steals a candy bar. And because you were in the store at the time he stole the candy bar, and there was also 5 other people in the store at the same time, then because one of you that was in the store at the same time stole a candy bar, you all get punished for stealing the candy bar. So you all have to pay the price for Timmy's mistake, for Timmy breaking the rules. Individual justice says that Timmy has to pay for the candy bar himself. Justice has to be dealt to Timmy and only Timmy alone. So, and that's one of the battles that has been going on in our political world in the United States for quite some time, is whether to go with social justice or with individual justice. I'm very much on the side of individual justice. I don't think that a whole group of people should be punished for one person's mistakes, one person's crimes. And that's the way it should be. There's just no way that you should ever punish a whole group for one person's mistake. The same type of argument is often used in Second Amendment discussions. So that ruling is basically like this: oh, there's so many there's so many shootings all over the country, so we need to take everybody's guns away. Well, that means that you're doing social justice. You're punishing all gun owners for the acts of a few people. And a lot of the time, the people that are actually committing gun violence aren't committing it with their own owned gun. They're committing it with either a stolen gun or with somebody else's gun, which means it was stolen. But yeah, they're committing it with a stolen gun, a black market gun, some gun that they do not own. So yeah, or a modified gun so that they can't tell who owns it. So I'm not telling you how that happened, but that's the type of gun that might be used in a shooting. It's never the person, it's very rarely, I guess it is sometimes, but it's very rarely that the gun used in violent crimes, especially mass shootings, is owned by the person doing the mass shooting. It's much, much more common for that gun to either have no ownership, own no known ownership, or for it to have been a stolen gun, so in the hands of someone that it wasn't, that didn't own it. So that's one of the big issues there. You're basically making social justice for everyone, taking everybody's guns because some people misuse guns. Often not the ones they owned, but that's really not even the big problem with the whole case. I mean, even if they do own the guns, you're still trying to punish everybody that owns guns for the mistakes of just a few that have used those guns. So it would be much better and much more proper to deal harshly with those who have misused the guns rather than to try and punish all people that own guns. It's just what makes sense. But that's the battle, and it's largely a battle between right and left. The right usually wants individual justice, and the left usually wants social justice. And yes, I did flip the sides on that, but it's basically just two sides of the coin. So it just depends on which side is up at the time. So yeah, that's kind of what the difference between individual justice and social justice is. I didn't even plan that topic, but that is a good topic. I'm going to congratulate myself on finding a good topic by just chatting to my camera. Anyways, this is the Roach with Rochia. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and definitely comment down below. Tell me what you think about social justice. Maybe give me an example that you see of social justice or individual justice and how it's dealt out. Anyways, this is the Roach with Rochia, and I'll see you in the next one.